give it a few minutes for some people to show up.
I was going to ask you, you're doing Facebook Live?
I'm going to do Facebook Live, YouTube, and TikTok.
Cool.
Same time. Hey everybody, let me know if you can hear me. Alright guys, we are in Freeport, Texas. Our Salvation Army here has been closed for how long? The last 3 years?
Last 3 years.
Last 3 years. We're going to take a tour. They're getting ready to open again. We're going to take you guys on a tour, show you the new facility. I just need to make sure that people, and we do have people on TikTok. Alright guys, we're going to take a tour of the Salvation Army. What is your name?
Jeff Miracle.
Jeff Miracle. And how long have you worked for the Salvation Army?
20...
Give us a little bit of your story.
Well, born and raised in Virginia, grew up attending the church, the Salvation Army. Became a Salvation Army minister in 1990. Did that for 20 years. Got out and did some other things for about 13 years and came back in last June. So 20 years with a 13-year break in between.
How did you get to Freeport?
The Salvation Army is like the Methodist Church. They appoint you to where you go to. And when we came back in as ministers or officers in the Salvation Army, we requested to come back to the Texas area. And they assigned us to Freeport, which we absolutely love.
Well, let's take a tour of the new building.
All right.
Guys, so recently Freeport has a lot of our homeless, and at least in Freeport, and has been hanging out. So guys, I've brought my dolly here today. We are gonna help move some furniture in here.
So this space used to be our shelter and our thrift store. We combined both now into one big location for just the shelter. The space that we just walked into is our check-in area, office space, and things will go over here. Folks will come in here to check in to spend the night. You'll see in a second we've got space for families, we've got space for single women, and we have space for single men. We also have one specialty apartment that is specifically made for someone who may be a burnout victim or someone who just needs 1 or 2 nights for their family if they're passing through or something like that. Just behind us here, this is going to be a living area space where we will have a TV, we'll have a couch, some chairs, a couple computers set up for kids to do their homework, and this will be for use of the families with the children.
We've got to fill all this with furniture, huh?
Yes, yeah. And it's all here. It's just a matter of getting it in. So this wing that we're going into now.
So I've noticed that all the lights are turning on automatically when we go in there.
It's very efficient. They're all LED lighting and they're all motion censored. So they are set to go on and stay on for only about 5 minutes. If there's no motion detected, helps save on electricity by doing that. We have 4 apartment units. These are really cool. They're little efficiency apartments. It is a bedroom and a full bathroom. And again, you're going to see the lights pop on as we come in. So it's designed to hold a set of bunk beds and a full-size bed, or a set of bunk beds and a full-size bed with a bunk on top. So technically you could have a family of up to 5 staying in here, or anything smaller than that. If it gets larger, we have to kind of make some adjustments somewhere. But they have this as their space, and then they also have their own full-size bathroom with either a walk-in shower, or if they have little kids that have a little tub for baths. Some of the other rooms have baths with tubs in them.
Very cool.
A great little space.
And this would be set up for families, and
yes.
So you put if an entire family is homeless, you have a place to put the entire family.
Yeah, we don't have to split them up. A lot of shelters that they go to, if it's a husband and wife with kids, the husband's got to stay in one area and the wife and kids in another. In this case, if you have just a mom with kids, she can stay here. A dad with kids, he can stay. Or if there's a mixture of both, they can all stay here.
You gonna take that?
No.
No.
So here's the other 3.
You have 3.
For a total of 4. And this is our women's lodge. This is almost double the space that we had before when we were open. And it's a dedicated space just for single women.
We've got to fill all this with furniture.
Yes, all of this. And the good thing is all of the beds are the same. So once we've built one of the bunks, all the others will be kind of repetitious. The toughest is always the first. And in here, when we were open before, we never had more than 5 or 6 ladies, but that was our capacity. So now we can have up to 16 if we need to. So we'll have bunks in here, and they have their own full bathroom. It's all ADA handicapped accessible with showers and just really very nice stuff. Take a look at that.
A lot of people are talking about the echoing, and that's because it's empty right now.
Yeah, because there's no furniture in it.
So we have your goal. We'll wait till we get out of the bathroom. We'll take a tour.
So again, nice bathrooms, nice showers, nice and easy to do upkeep on, hopefully, easy to clean, but very convenient to use as well. We also have brand new heating and air, which will be nice because it'll cut down on costs with that as well. You want to see the playground?
Yeah, let's do that.
So the kids, when they're here with their parents, will have direct access to a playground that we're in the middle of getting some sponsorship for to refurbish the playground. It's been here for quite a while, but what we have here are swings and slides, play area. Our goal is to add some fencing here, and then where you see the swing sets will stay, the swings themselves, we're getting brand new ones. And then within all of the black area where you see it's enclosed, we're going to put some rubber playground matting there, and it'll just be a really nice area.
Very nice. Very nice. A minute ago we locked ourselves out.
Yes, sir. So as you come around here, that fifth apartment that I mentioned for either very short term or if we have a local fire and need to place someone, is a little bit larger of an apartment. Again, with its own full-size bathroom, has a small closet. In here there'll be a queen-size bed and a set of bunk beds. And this is really designed for someone just to stay a couple of days. But again, nice little space.
Nice space.
So we're going to have to walk through our warehouse area back here to get to the kitchen. This is where we're going to be assembling a lot of the furniture. We have the most industrial grease trap I've ever seen that was just installed last week.
So this so you didn't know you had to have this?
We had a small grease trap that was about this big in the kitchen above the floor. And 30 years ago, I guess that was up to code. Nowadays, it's not. So the county found the funds for it, and they were able to pay someone to come in, really trench out this entire floor, put in this humongous grease trap over here with manhole covers, so that on one side you can access and test things, on the other side you can drain the grease trap.
Gotcha.
Which is great. That way the grease doesn't go out into the system and clog up things. So we'll see in a minute, outside that door is where all the furnishings are that we need to bring in to assemble. The great thing is it's all just a matter of feet from here, so it's not like we've got to bring it a long distance. And the other good thing is, once we turn the lights on in here, lots of good space to build stuff. So
There you go.
this will be our pantry area. When we open our shelter, the kitchen that we're going to be using is from our church building and offices next door, because it's already ready to go. We haven't finished the project yet to raise funds for refurbishing this kitchen. We're either going to have to get the old stoves fixed or possibly purchase new stoves. But now the grease trap is in, the sink is in, all the counter space is in. So the last thing is to get the range hood going and to get the stoves turned on. So
There we go.
So this will be the kitchen area. It's a little tight that we will serve out of. Again, you can see how old these old units are here. Chances are they're going to have to be replaced because they're so old that I'm not even sure they make stuff for these anymore. But we have a nice area here where we will serve out of one window, and then from the other window over there, we'll bring in the dirty dishes. So it is set up nicely, even though it's a bit of a tight space.
How many meals are you going to serve a day?
We will serve breakfast and dinner. We'll be closed at lunchtime. Our expectation is that at breakfast, we'll serve all the residents. And then at dinner, we'll serve the residents and open up to the community, so that if people need dinner, they can just walk in and have dinner without having to really check in, be processed and all that for staying in the shelter. They just need a warm meal, they can come and do that.
Very good.
So this is our dining room area. It will serve the breakfast and dinner meals, and we'll do it in 2 phases. The first phase every day, morning and night, will be for the families and the ladies to come in. And then once they are done, through here in a second, you'll see where the men's dorm is. The men will come in, and we will open up the front for people who are just in the community that need a meal. They can come in and have that meal as well.
Very good.
We have a nice industrial laundry area. 2 big industrial washers and dryers. Are actually fairly new. They need to be cleaned up from the construction dust, but they are almost brand new. They were used about 6 months, and then COVID hit. And the county's been really good as far as helping. They used some CDBG, Community Development Block Grant, and COVID funds to do this refurbishment. They also used some of those CDBG money before COVID to purchase these items for us to be able to wash linens and wash people's clothes.
Very good.
And in here, we have our men's shelter, our men's dorm. One neat thing, not only are the lights very efficient, the HVAC is very efficient, every room has one of these sensors in it that it's like a motion sensor, and it knows if people are in the room or not. And if this room is empty, it's not going to feed all the heat and air over to here. It'll shut it down, and it goes by zones. But when people are in this room, it will actually feed everything over to it needs to happen.
Very efficient.
Same thing here for men, nice bathroom areas. One thing we do have in the men's area that is very unique is this one room, which if we have residents staying with us who have a nighttime job and work overnights, you can have up to 2 men in this room who can sleep during the day. We can put some nice blinds on the window to make it room darkening. And that way they're in the back corner here of the building. They won't be disturbed by everything else going on, and they can get a good day's sleep so they can work at night.
Very good. So guys, I'm showing you all this because my county, I've been, as you guys know, I've been an activist and a journalist in Brazoria County for about 4 years. We don't have a single place in Brazoria County right now to set up for our homeless, do we?
Correct.
There's not a single place.
There is a.
If there is one, please let me know, because I've been putting people in hotels for.
No, there's not. But now in West Columbia, there's a veterans shelter. Mm-hmm. So if someone is a veteran and homeless, they can stay there. But other than that, unless it's an abused situation where there's a woman who's abused, there's abused women's shelter as well, but not a basic shelter for just someone who finds himself homeless or without a place short term and somewhere that they need to stay.
Gotcha.
And out here we find our second main entrance to the building, as well as what will become a sort of a common area or a living room space for the men, where we'll have a TV and some chairs and things out here for the men to sit at nighttime as well.
It's like a little living room area.
Yes, yeah. We may also have one computer set up here so that if men need to either check their emails or apply for a job or do things like that, they'll be able to do that from here.
And this is a question, does the Salvation Army allow people to get mail at their location, or do they facilitate?
We have done that
some of the issues I've seen is people can't get IDs. And
yes.
They can't get IDs, they don't have an address to get an ID. So
we've even done that during the time that we've been closed. There are some folks who stayed with us back then who used this as their forwarding address. Mm-hmm. So that hasn't been a problem at all.
Very good.
Yeah, it works out well. We had one gentleman who had lost his Social Security a couple of weeks ago. He came in, worked with our social worker, changed this then to his address, and Guess it was right about a week ago. He stopped by and said he just had gotten his first payment.
All right.
Yeah.
Success story. That's what I
Yeah,
love.
really good.
So you had I was talking to you today. You said you had some delays, or there was one part is.
Yeah. So there's a hole right here that wasn't here yesterday. It goes straight out, and it leads to these pipes up here. For the last year, our delay has been getting the fire suppression system connected to the new water line that has been put right outside of our property. All of that's done except for one piece that needs to be installed. And yesterday we had thought that piece would be installed today and we'd get inspected this afternoon. We'll still get some inspections, we'll still get pieces and parts approved today, but that one piece has to be ordered. So when we're done here, I've got to actually go figure out a way to pull funds to pay for that one piece so that we can give the contractor approval to order the piece, expedite it, get it here as quick as possible, and get it installed.
There you go.
And we can't open until we have a certificate of occupancy. We can't get that until we have a fire suppression system that is in working order.
And we're making progress. Though.
Yeah, we're making lots of progress. So let's see.
We were going to show the people what we have to move from point A to point B.
Yeah, and I may have to call that person back that just called me and say,
Oh, do you need
open
to
the
take
gates.
that? Go ahead. I'm not trying to hold up progress.
No,
I'm trying to
that's
help
okay.
with progress. So you need to take that call.
Yeah, let me just call him and see if he's opened the gate for us so we can go in.
Okay.
Looks like it's still locked.
I think it's still locked.
He did
Well, we
open
can-
the containers for us.
Okay, so we can just show them the container.
Okay. Hey, can you come unlock the gate? Thank you. So in the container, we have a 40-foot container and a 15-foot box truck. All of it with brand new items that the county's purchased for the shelter. A lot of it is bed frames and bedding. We also have lockers. We also have storage containers or storage benches and things to use in the shelter. And all of that is what we've got to get out and into the shelter. What we've got approval for is to put items that are not fire sensitive. So metal bed frames, we can put that up. We're not going to put mattresses in quite yet. That's easy and very quick to do. We're not going to put sheets, towels, and things like that. But we can put desks, we can put beds, and the main thing is beds, because we're talking 54 beds that need to be put together and put in place. These things are industrial, which is great, but they are so heavy that last week my maintenance guy here, Jimmy, and I tried to get up in the box truck and take one out, and the two of us could not move it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're that heavy because they're all also wrapped in cardboard. And what you've got is a metal bunk bed, so you've got two bed frames all in one box. And they are really heavy, and that's why we needed some muscle today to help us get those off, get them assembled and placed in place.
Have you talked to the county? As you guys have seen in a lot of my videos, they have trustees that can come and I know they can wipe out an entire game room at once. Have you talked to the sheriff's office?
We reached out to them 2 weeks ago, and they're looking at lining up a Saturday or Sunday where they can send a group to us. We told them any day they can send it, whether it's a weekday or weekend, we will be here and be ready to use them. Because we've used them in the past when we had our thrift store, and they were very helpful, especially in getting some of those heavy tasks done. So hopefully, beyond what we get done today in the next couple of days, we can get them out here and help us finish things off.
Very good.
So there's your unit, and it is 40 feet long, and it is full top to back.
So this is what we have to get from outside to inside.
Yeah. Now there are a bunch of mattresses in there. As you can see, this is some storage bins and things, some tables that we need to set up. The beds I was talking about that are heavy, I'll show you those.
I'm afraid.
They are heavy. Right there.
Right there.
And so there are 3, 6, 8, and it's 2 layers, so I'm guessing there's 16. And like I said, these things are really heavy. And you see they're nice and wrapped, they're all brand new.
And how many are there? 54?
There are 54 total. There are 16 here, which tells me there's 32. The others that we have, the other 20, are actually in our building at the very end.
Okay.
If we can get these off the truck and done, that will be a big start to it. Our goal is to set up at least 5 or 6 beds in the men's dorm, at least 3 or 4 beds in the women's dorm, and at least 1 of the family apartments.
There you go. So guys, and you're gonna be needing help today, tomorrow?
Today, tomorrow, and Thursday morning. We're doing the ribbon cutting Thursday at 3, but I'm sure we're gonna be putting stuff together and assembling things probably up until noon on Thursday at least.
Very good. I certainly thank you for the tour.
Thank you.
Guys, we're gonna be, I brought my dolly, I brought my I'm ready to get to work. We need volunteers. Once again, we're at the Salvation Army in Freeport, Texas. Guys, we haven't had a single place in our county for the homeless to be. And it's getting, what we've seen is that what generally happens to the homeless, the cops move them from place to place to place to place. There's no place for them to get rest. There's no place for them to even possibly get ahead. So I'm going to be out here today. I think I'll put a call into the sheriff, see if we can't get trustees a little faster, because I think they could come out here. What's more important than building a shelter for the homeless, right? What's more important than that? What could possibly be more important than that? You know, we built a whole new Taj Mahal courthouse. So as you can see, the outside, this is what surprised me, guys. The outside hasn't had any renovations. It's still the same place that's been here since 1972. But when you get on the inside, man, it's looking all fancy now. Show you guys the outside. So Freeport just recently passed an ordinance where being in the park after so I don't remember the exact time, but being in the park after a certain amount of time is a crime. Now, you think Freeport could have waited until we had this place open, right? Just use some common sense. Use some common sense. If we don't have any other place for them to go, then why not wait on this? They knew, it isn't like this is a surprise, this was opening up. So yeah, I mentioned that in the comments yesterday, and everybody's like, oh, you're joking. No, it's a crime to be in the park after a certain time. And that's where our homeless were camping out. Guys, I'm excited that we're gonna have a place for people to get away, not to be harassed by cops, maybe get a leg up. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be out here today seeing if we can get some people. Let's get some people out here. Let's get these beds in here. That's our mission. Thanks everyone. TikTok bye, Facebook bye, YouTube bye. We'll see you guys. Make sure you smash the like. Thanks everyone.